Are you tired of umps blowing calls? Then welcome to On Deck, where you are the analysts. Covering all 30 teams from the MLB. One place where your opinion matters. And now your host of On Deck, Alex Figueroa.
Welcome everyone to a new episode of On Deck. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. Now let's get into episode 2, of course, like we always do, with our curtain call salute. Now, for Black History Month, we want to go to a next legend of the game. So let's go to someone that passed away on February 7th, Frank Robinson. I'm going to play some video of him because I'm going to tell you, his stats was crazy. I mean, this is a legend. And when I tell you legend, he's a legend. In 1982, Hall of Fame, he got inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1982 with 89.2%. All right. 14 All-Star games, which is good. In 1956, he was an NL Rookie of the Year, which is great. 1961 NL MVP. The next, pretty good. 1966 Major League Player of the Year. 1966, same year, AL Triple Crown. I'm going to talk about why he went from the NL to the AL because it's crazy. He won a Triple Crown, which is super hard to do. I was telling my wife, Triple Crown, you have to lead the league in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. That is unheard of. Then you got 1966, the same year, AL Babe Ruth Award. Then 1966, he was a World Series MVP, all in 1 year. 1966, he was AL MVP, becoming the first ever MVP for both leagues, National and American League. No one has replicated it to this day. Nobody has become an MVP in the National League or in the American League also. Okay? That is crazy, especially with all these good hitters in our generations, but no one has done it except Frank Robinson. In 1971, he was All-Star MVP, and in 1989, he was American League Manager of the Year. Also, other big things, like I said, he became the first person to win MVPs on both leagues. And he was the first black coach for baseball. He coached the Cleveland Indians in 1975, becoming the first black coach in baseball. Now, that's a great feat. But the crazier thing is, he was a player manager. So where it gets better is, he put himself into pitch hit, and my man hit a home run for them to win the game. Not in the 9th inning. I think he pitch hit like in the 7th or 8th. But still, he came in and gave the game-winning home run for his team. That's phenomenal. Now, that's a Hall of Famer. In a nutshell, I mean, he deserves to be in it. Rest in peace, Frank Robinson. I'm going to put your thing here, your photo. But yeah, it's crazy how this guy has all these accomplishments. And the crazier thing, where it gets even crazier, is the fact that he played for 10 years. 10 years with the Cincinnati Reds. Okay? And by the age of 30, I think they traded him or he went as a free agent. But I believe he got traded to Baltimore Orioles. And in 1966, he became, like I said, a Triple Crown winner, a batting title, Babe Ruth, World Series MVP, AL MVP, all in the same year they traded him. And the other piece I bet that they got was nowhere near what they gave up. That is one of the lopsided trades I think I ever seen in baseball. The lopsided trade. I mean, there's plenty of them. I mean, we could go from Jeff Bagwell from the Red Sox to the Houston Astros. That was another bonehead move. Zambrano for Scott Kazmir, the Mets. That was another stupid move. Tom Seaver from the Mets to the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, every Met fan wanted to jump off a roof when they did that. They were all crying and everything. So we'll go through trades, lopsided trades, because there's tons of them. And we're going to get to one later down the road on this channel that it happened this weekend, and it was the dumbest trade I think I've seen in... It was ridiculous, but we will talk about that again down this episode. But again, Frank Robinson, rest in peace. But now let's get into the show. All right, to shift or not to shift? That is the question. So there's this whole thing that baseball wants to get rid of the shift. All right. First of all, I don't think it's a shift problem. I think players have to adapt to it because they all want to do home runs. They all want to hit. I mean, I understand people are going to be like, oh, yeah, but they putting the whole team on right side of the field, which they are. If you look at the photo I just put, you see it. They're all on the right field of the on the field. They're all on the right side of the field. And no one hits it to the left side. It is bizarre. I mean, it is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen, but it works. And people are like, oh, how come there's no hits? There's hits. If you could hit it between shortstop and third base where there's nobody, you could score. I mean, it happened in games when they do these retarded shifts and you see the pitch, it's a routine double play, but the second baseman is not there. And you see the pitcher, you're going, oh, come on. Really? You're supposed to be there. Pitchers can't say nothing. I mean, they're not. But think about it. Like, the second baseman should have been there, but he wasn't. Then you have the other aspect of it, the launch angle. Oh, man. Oh, that's been taking baseball into a frenzy, this launch angle business. Launch angle, look, you can say whatever you want about the shift. Launch angle is what's killing the damn sport. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, the shift took away hits. Yeah, that's taking away hits, but you know what? You could bunt down third base line. You could hit it down. You could learn how to adapt to hitting in shifts. You could adapt to it. Good hitters, great hitters. Frank Robinson hit it all over the field. Ken Griffey hit it all over the field. When he wants to go, Souvenir City, he goes Souvenir City. He goes bomb. He can go yard. Okay? Now all these players are hitting to Souvenir City when you don't need to. 2 outs. You got a runner at second base. Why are you gonna try to go deep? Just hit a single. Scores a run. Easy. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm just saying that it's easier than try to hit it 500 feet. Okay? That's pretty much the eggshell of this shift. That's what created this shift. And I think Madden, what's his name? The coach for the Cubs that won the World Series, Madden, oh man, what's his name? Madden, John Madden, or John Madden's the football coach, but I know it's Madden. And he's the one that started all this with the Rays, and then he adapted it to the Cubs. And yeah, it does work. Of course, you're going to put it on big players. I mean, Big Papi, you could do the shift, and Bud Papi was hitting it left field. What's your excuse on that? And he hit it over the monster to left field, or he tanked it to the right field, or he hit it in the gaps. But all these young guys are not adapting to it. If you could see the left side of the field open, why not try to go for the left side of the field instead of trying to hit it 500 or 400 feet? Or you have the second baseman into outfield, and you have the third and short in second base. I mean, it's a bonkers situation here. And the launch angle is one of these things that it's crazy because you can see every player trying to go yard. They're trying to uppercut this ball in a trajectory that makes no sense. Instead of just going straight, just go straight down the line. Hit it. That's it. Bat to ball. No, they want to go in this uppercut angle and they try to hit it. I'm going to show you here what it looks like. I'm going to put it right on the thing, what a launch angle they're trying to do. On the sweet spot, that's what they're calling it. Okay? To me, when you strike out 220 times, that's unheard of. And especially someone like, I'm going to pick on him, and I really could care less, Joanne Stanton. Mike Stanton, whatever you want to call him. Giancarlo Stanton from the Yankees. 200 plus strikeouts. Because he's trying to tank him. He doesn't need to tank him. As long as he hits it on the barrel, on the sweet spot, he's going to hit it 400 feet. He has the power to do it. Just like Judge. You don't have to go on this swing path business. But everyone is doing it. You see it. When they throw it low, they're uppercutting it to see if the wind takes it. And then, I mean, it goes, but still, just go for singles, go for doubles. You're going to win it. The Red Sox won it that way. I mean, again, certain players in their team got hot at the right time, like Steven Pierce. But Steven Pierce wasn't tanking him. When he went to the Red Sox, he was just hitting it as hard as he could. And I bet if you see an interview, he says that. I hit it as hard as I could. I'm not going to launch angles. Mookie Betts, a perfect example, MVP. He was an all-around hitter. Triple, double, single, home runs. That's not launch angles. Someone launch angles like Judge. Judge, I don't know. I got to see more of Judge. But again, these big dudes, or you want to call them home run hitters, they're going for launch angles now. And you see a lot of teams adapting this launch angles, and a lot of teams are striking out. And then that's when people go, oh, this game is boring. Oh, I can't sit through a 3-hour game because all you see is pitching and striking out. Yeah, striking out because they're trying to hit home runs for you people to go crazy. That's exactly what they're doing. You want to see souvenirs? They're hitting launch angles. Now they want to do all these rule changes, which we're going to talk to about it. I know this episode was supposed to be about the rule changes, but spring training is today, and I wanted to talk about that more. Episode 3, I will have these rule changes that are proposed from the union and the commissioner of baseball. Because one of them is lowering the mound. And I don't think you need to lower the mound for people to hit the ball. I just think stop the launch angles and you'll get more people hitting. That's plain and simple. Now, if you want to take away the shift because you think the shift is hurting the... Okay, take it away. That's what you want to do, then fine. I could give 2 craps. I just think when you put it's like a softball shift that you put the whole team to the right side of the field, but the guy can't hit it to the left side. To me, that's driving me nuts. They're giving you a single or a double or a triple because if you're fast enough and you get it down that line, you could get yourself extra bases. But no, I don't think the shift is really that bad if you could adapt. And that's the key word, adapt to the shift. And not many teams are adapting to it. Certain players are. Joey Votto laid down bunts now. But he's a slap hitter. He could hit anywhere. He could go for power. That's what you need to do. You got to adapt to what they're giving you. You're a professional baseball player. Okay? You're not in college. You're professional. Learn how to do it. But I know a lot of you are going to be like, yeah, but I'm paying you to hit home runs. All right, fine. Then you're going to be paying to hit outs. People are going to be in the stands going, oh, I'm bored. Let me go. Let me check my Instagram. Let me check my Twitter. Again, 2, adapt. If you're going to go with launch angles, then stick with launch angles and stop changing your batting stances. Because there's a lot of players that changed their batting stance and it ain't work for them. Some did, some didn't. Tweak it a little bit, fine. But adapt to the shift. That's what I'm saying. Now, this is going to be bonkers because then people are going to go, oh, 3 teams. All right, I've got the numbers, and I know I'm not doing this whole sabermetric bologna sandwich, but I'm going to bring it up because we're doing shifts. And I wanted to know how many teams shifted the most. And that's what I'm going to give you. The top 3 teams that shifted the most are the Astros, the Rays, and the Twins. They didn't win the World Series. All right? The team that won the World Series is 17th ranked with shifts. That's the Red Sox. Okay? They did it 973 times. Yep. So basically, they did 15.9% of the times in games. The teams that are shifting the most, so basically this is telling me that the shift is not hurting baseball. Because the top 3, the Astros, okay, they won it, but they didn't win it last year. If you take away their injuries, take away all that stuff, look at they did the most shifts and they ranked number 1 in shifts. They didn't win the World Series. They went to the second round, almost to the World Series. They went home. The Rays, they went home. They're good. They're a great team. But they shifted to second most, and then the Twins, they stunk. That tells me nothing. The shift tells me nothing. That tells me that the teams have to adapt to the game. That's pretty much it. So my recommendation for baseball is adapt. If you're going to be a launch hitter, then be a launch hitter. If you're going to be a line drive hitter, then be a line drive hitter. Stop trying to strike out. Put the ball in play. Okay? Hit it where there's nobody. If you see the whole team on the right field, then hit it to the left field. That's pretty much it. I mean, you can see it in the games. You get frustrated or whatever. Like I said, you see the double play, but no, they want to put 3 people on the right side. The third baseman's playing short and third, and then he hits a little sissy, a little ground ball that could have been caught for a double play, but no. And that pisses me off. I'm telling you right now, that pisses me off when I see that. Where it could have been a routine double play, and the guy is nowhere to be found because he's playing a position that he's not even supposed to be at. But he should be because of the statistics and the sabermetrics say that he's going to yank it down that way. So, again, that's pretty much shift or not to shift. Again, if you think that the shift should be banned, leave me a comment below. I want to know. Personally, I could go either way. They could shift it. They don't shift it. I know they're trying to do as much as they could to get the people entertained. But I'm okay watching baseball, and if it's a pitching duel up to like the 9th inning, that doesn't bother me. I don't go to sleep, but a lot of people it does. All right, so let's go to the news around the league. Now this is funny because today's the first day of spring training, and this is still bonkers. Manny Machado and Bryce Harper still not signed. Marwin Gonzalez, Dallas Keuchel, Craig Kimbrell, they're still free agents. Common denominator, Scott Boras clients. Not Craig Kimbrell, he's somebody else. But the top 3, Scott Boras clients. And no one is signing those guys. No one. And I still predict Bryce Harper, Manny Machado will not sign a baseball contract until the middle of spring training, where the teams are already getting into it, and then that's when the frenzy starts, because when they start, it's going to be 100,000 people. I mean, when they sign, it's going to be 100,000 people going to run up to these guys. Oh, what do you think of your new team? And then they're going to say, no comments until, blah, blah, blah. Unheard of. Think about it. It's really unheard of that 2 major superstars are not signed yet. And next year, you got Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, from the third baseman from the Rockies, unless he signs a contract after learning this offseason, I bet you he signs an extension super fast, because this is not cool for free agents in baseball. And I guarantee you in a few years, we're going to get a strike. The union is going to go on strike. I'm just saying it right now. So I'm just prepare yourself if there ain't no baseball for 1 year, because these players are not having it. So the best thing about today is, like I said, it's cold up here in New York. I mean, I'm in New Jersey. It's cold here in New Jersey, and I've been New York also, in all the tri-state area. Baseball is upon us. Spring training's here. Teams are reporting to camp. Pitchers and catchers are reporting to camp. A lot of players are coming in early, I bet. I mean, I know I would. I'd be super happy to be at spring training. Right now, I just put a map of all the spring trainings in Florida, which is pretty cool. I would love to go one day to all these camps and check them out. And also, the first games are going to be televised also. So February 23rd, you got the Astros versus the Nationals, the Mets versus Braves, which is going to be cool, but I don't think it's going to be that many superstars playing. Maybe for like 2 innings. Then the Tigers and Blue Jays versus Blue Jays. And, of course, everyone's going to want to see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I know I do, and I hope he starts with the team, but I doubt it. They might put him in a AAA and then do that whole 1 year extra bologna sandwich, which is another thing that the MLB union better fight on, because that's stupid. You can't call the kill up, because if you leave him down on AAA for, I think, a few more weeks or a month, he gets an extra year on his contract. Who thought of that stupidity? Think about that. Now, the bigger news, besides Frank Robinson passing away, J.T. Realmuto finally got traded. I mean, this guy's name was all over the place. The Mets was attached to him. The Yankees was attached to him. The Phillies was attached to him. Oh, man, the Nationals, the Braves. Oh, my God. I think any team was attached to this guy. The Marlins was just shopping this dude around. And throughout the whole winter meetings, it was all the Mets and Realmuto. They're close. They're not close. They're close. They're not close. And it was driving me bonkers, and I bet everyone in baseball too. Derek Jeter was trying to do some fluky, like some fugazi things, man. Fugazi things with these trades. First of all, the trade that they did with the Phillies is god awful. From what the Mets, from what the Mets were giving up, from what other teams they were asking for, were trying to get. This package sucks. And you know what? Maybe they get like one good player out of this. The right-hand pitcher, Sanchez, out of those three are good. But let's look at it. First, the Yankee, Mets, and Marlins were supposed to do a trade. Supposedly. Derek Jeter and Brian Cashman and all these people wanted to do some ridiculous Noah Syndergaard, Nemo, and Conforto that sends Realmuto to the Mets. The Marlins would get Conforto, the shortstop, and I think Nemo or something like that. And then the Yankees would get Noah Syndergaard. Who in their right mind is going to do that trade? No, but I wouldn't. The first thing I would say is, hey, how do you say chair in Spanish? And then they'll go, what? See ya. And I'll go, exactly, see ya. Bang, and just hang that phone. Think about it. Who's going to trade your young superstar flamethrower that throws the thunder, okay, called Thor? Then you got Michael Conforto, which is one of the best pure hitters in the Mets lineup. Young. Okay. Then you got Nemo, who's breaking out. He had a breakout season in the on base percentage in the leadoff role. And then there's shortstop. 4 major pieces you're gonna trade off, and then the Yankees give up what? Gary Sanchez? The guy can't even catch a beach ball, for crying out loud. And he can hit whenever he can hit. He's not a catcher. He's a future first baseman or DH at the most. You're trading that, and then Al Duhar. Come on, man. He had one good year. You're already dumping him off? But I'm happy that the Mets and Yankees didn't do this trade because it's stupid. Mets is giving up more than the Yankees. It's not helping nobody out. I could have did Nemo and my shortstop for Realmuto. I would have gave you those 2 pieces. Because then I would have signed Manny Machado for shortstop. And everybody would have been happy. Yankees would keep our pitcher. We get Manny Machado and J.T. Realmuto. Mets fans will go all crazy. No, they want to do some bizarre stuff. And then they started asking the Dodgers for even crazier things. They wanted like their top prospects, like multiple of them. No, does not work like that, people. So instead of trying to take the good pieces, they took this whack package. And I'm telling you, whack. And you know what? The Marlins are known for giving away talent for bags and balls and beach balls. Joanne Stanton to the Yankees pretty much was baseballs. They got back Starling Castro, but he's okay. He's a good hitter. But really, you're not giving up a $300 million contract for that. But I know people are going to be like, well, he's eating the contract. Nope. Sorry, you're not doing it. But you gave up nothing to get Stanton. But the thing that you did get was he choked in the playoffs. Pretty much you got back what you gave. That's what I see. 2. Yelich. Christian Yelich to the Milwaukee Brewers. They gave up pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing. And what happened? He won the MVP. So they're like, all right, we don't want history to repeat ourselves. We get crappy players, and then the players become MVP. Well, you repeated history because, honestly, this is the trade that you gave up. Right-hand pitcher, Sixto Sanchez. Catcher, Jorge Alfaro. Left-hand pitcher, Will Stewart. An international bonus slot. Really? Really? You could have got Major League ready baseball players from any team if you asked without trying to be greedy. That's the package you get. I mean, Sixto Sanchez, I believe he's 24 ranked in all of baseball. But hopefully, I mean, again, hopefully that works out for the Marlins. But that was a terrible trade. That is one of the terrible trades. And another thing I do want to cover on this, because I said it before during the Frank Robinson talk, I want to cover bad trades in baseball so people can realize how lopsided sometimes these trades are. You really don't know what you're getting. I mean, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And in the case of, again, Frank Robinson, Cincinnati was pretty stupid giving him up. It's plain and simple on that one. But again, there's a lot of bonehead stuff that happened throughout baseball with trades. Especially with Oakland. Oakland gave up a lot. So, again, we'll talk about that going down the road. But in terms of this, spring training is finally here. I ordered my Mets spring training hat, which should be in tomorrow. So by the next week, by the next episode, Wednesday, I will be having it on, checking it out for you guys. You guys get to see it. Also, if you like this episode, please click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Again, we're going to try to be going live next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I would like to do it consistently from 12 to like 12:30 the most. I'm not going over 45 minutes or an hour with this show unless it needs to. But as of right now, I just want to keep it a half an hour show, which I enjoy doing, and I just love talking baseball. Again, please leave a comment of what you guys thought of what I gave you guys questions on. Do you think the shift should be banned or should not be banned? Do you think the launch angles are good in baseball, or should people just stay line drive hitters? Other than that, yes, just leave the comments below or tweet us at On Deck Web Show or On Deck Web Show on Instagram, or just go to www.facebook.com/OnDeckWebShow. Again, I enjoyed this episode. Catch you later.